New at 6, an I-team investigation into a multi-million-dollar budget shortfall in Milwaukee County.
How do you get the department out of the budget crisis?
Yeah, that's a good question.
A new wheel tax would bail the Parks Department out of a multi-million-dollar shortfall, but the I-team has learned the same department in the red is spending thousands of dollars on trips.
Investigative reporter Eric Ross joins us live in studio. Eric, what else did you find?
Good evening. In addition to those trips, we discovered the Parks Department wrapped up thousands in credit card expenses. You wanted to know whether the department is looking at its own spending before asking taxpayers to bail them out. Let's just say the wheel tax doesn't pass, and that's no longer on the table. As Parks Director, how do you get the department out of the budget crisis?
Yeah, that's a good question.
To understand that question, you first have to understand what could happen when you're up against a $2.5 million budget shortfall. The majority of the department's $44 million operating budget is spent on facilities, maintenance, and employees.
$2.5 million can mean closing facilities. It could be raising fees by 10% to generate an additional $1 million. It could be eliminating staff.
To prevent that from happening, Parks Director John Dargle supports charging all Milwaukee County drivers a new wheel tax fee. First, it was $60. Now it's down to $30. The proposal is currently in the hands of the county executive and finance committee.
There are no other legal alternatives we have that can come close to enough revenue to keep us sustainable. Sales tax aren't legal by state law. Property tax, we're capped on how much we can raise property taxes.
I mean, living right here, I benefit from so many wonderful parks, and I wouldn't want to see them go away.
However, Teferet Berenbaum wonders if something else can be done without asking taxpayers for help.
Certainly seeing how money is currently being spent, it should be the first avenue before looking for more money.
Which brings us back to our initial question about how Dargle plans to get the Parks Department out of a financial mess. 2/3
of our capital projects are relying on that vehicle registration fee. We've got trails, we've got parkways, we've got bridges that are relying on that vehicle registration fee.
While the department waits for a bailout, the I-team requested credit card expense reports from January of 2015 to August 2016 when the wheel tax fee was first proposed. In those reports, we found the Parks Department spent more than $36,000 combined at various retailers like Menards, Office Depot, and Best Buy.
Could be a good deal that we're being able to get by going to a Best Buy, for instance, for TVs at our clubhouses.
Which does explain the $1,700 the department spent at the electronics store. The Parks Department also pays for those TVs to be equipped with DirecTV service. We also found the department spent close to $2,000 for table covers at a golf show and nearly $10 grand on hotel and travel to the Dells in Vegas. The department told us they were business-related conferences. Is there anything on that list that stands out to you that may be a questionable expense?
No.
Dargle reiterated the expenses we inquired about are 100% justified. Even if the department didn't attend these conferences and stopped making retail purchases, we're only talking about saving tens of thousands of dollars, which adds up, but not to the tune of $2.5 million. That's why Dargle says they are so dependent upon the wheel tax fee to pass. Stephen Shannon.
All right, Eric, thank you. The County Finance Committee will vote on that $30 wheel tax proposal tomorrow morning.
If approved, it will be part of the county budget. The full board will adopt next week.